Hey, welcome back, viewers. James Kalm, the on the bike, bringing you another half-ass production. I'm going to go in here for a quick rough cut run through at Mike WEISS Gallery. We're a show by Kim Dorland titled Ghosts of You and Me. Well, I've been looking at the work of Kim for probably nearly 10 years now. I think I first saw the work at an art fair in about 2003 or 4. And it was a Canadian art dealer from Toronto. Yeah, Jamie Angell, you were the first guy that I saw Kim Dorland's work with at an art fair here in New York, probably 8 or 10 years ago.
Probably 8 years ago. It was at the Scope Art Fair in March that year, and I actually probably the second time that I brought Kim's work to New York, and it was really interesting because I bring the work to the fairs and I get a feel for how people respond to it. And it was always interesting when people looked at Kim's work, who is this guy? And it's usually an artist, and we got a very good response to Kim's work.
Do you think he's more popular? I mean, as far as sales and stuff here in America, the United States of America, than he is in Canada? I know that he's a kind of a superstar up there as far as young painters go.
Yeah, he's a superstar in Toronto. Especially, he just got a major review by Canadian critic Sarah Milroy. So that was in our main newspaper called the Globe and Mail. And then he had a huge profile in Canadian Art Magazine, the current issue. So he's come a long way since you first saw his work.
Since you discovered him and dragged him out of the plains of, was it somewhere around, where is he from?
He's from northern Alberta.
Northern Alberta.
Yeah. I met him when he just came to Toronto to do his master's 10 years ago.
Wow. All right, Jamie Angell, tell us the name of your gallery.
Angell Gallery.
In Toronto.
In Toronto.
All right, thanks, Jamie. Nice to see you. This piece is titled Swarm. 2013. Kim likes to goob on the paint. It's actually globs of paint that are stuck on with sheetrock screws. This is oil acrylic and screws on canvas over wood. Titled Three Arms, and I kind of like the direction that Kim is going in because although if you've watched the Kalm report, you know that I like physical paint handling, but I think what I really like is the contrast between dry, washy surfaces and building up to some more thick impasto. And from what I can see with these new paintings, he's kind of doing a good job of mixing that up. This is kind of nice with the green form. I believe that was on jute. This titled Negative. Now it's also interesting because I've seen his imagery change quite a bit. It's gloppy. And I know when I started seeing the work, a lot of it was sort of based on Canadian slackers and kind of psychedelic scenes out in the Canadian woods. It's kind of one of those themes. But Kim was very good about kind of keeping a exuberant punk rock attitude to a lot of this. This is titled Zombies. Oil and acrylic on jute. And if I'm not mistaken, I might have been one of the first people that reviewed one of his shows down the street at Freight Volume about 4 or 5 years ago. It's titled Self. And again, I think his last show, he got a little carried away with the heavy paint and assemblage things sticking out of all the pieces. And I think the restraint is very helpful, and also it's giving him a chance to come out as a colorist. A lot of his work works on a fluorescent ground. So wherever you see these kinds of flickers of hot fluorescent coming through, that's where he hasn't painted over with the oil. This is Mike Weiss, the gallerist. This piece is titled Night Swimming. Get a little detail of the facture. And I just heard Mike say that most of these pieces are sold. So congratulations. I think there's a very interesting contrast between this front gallery, where all the colors are nice and bright in large areas, and the back gallery where everything is kind of keyed to a black color. Nice and contrasty. It's titled Zombies the Parents. And I think this back gallery, he really develops his theme of the ghost of me and you. It looks like black, but he's got it over a green ground. And looks like he might even be doing a little airbrushing in here. Dream. And again, we've got mostly black oil paint, oil acrylic and on jute over wood panels. Now, he started out at Freight and Volume, and Trudy Benson, the painter we covered last week, who also uses a lot of paint, started at Freight and Volume. So I have to say Freight Volume has a nice program promoting exuberant oil painting. This is the painter in his canoe. Oil and acrylic over jute. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody can do a canoe painting and not make people think of Peter Doig. This piece is titled Ghost of a Drunk Self-Portrait. And I don't know, I seem to remember that Kim was from somewhere in the central plains of Canada, maybe around Ottawa someplace. And probably within the last maybe 5 or 6 years, he's gotten to be one of the most high-profile and successful Canadian artists. And it's always great to be able to see a young artist come in and sort of fulfill his ambitions, and then it's always a question of whether or not they'll crack up. Well, let's wrap up on this piece. This is titled The End. Oil on linen, 72 by 96 inches. Well, that's nice. We've got a bunch of very dark pieces coming up to this final piece, the end of the zombie movie. We all achieve redemption. Oh, is this Kim Dorland? Is that the artist? Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I snagged Kim. Tell us about the latest show, The Ghost of You and Me.
That's a tough question.
You watch too many zombie movies late at night, right?
I do watch a lot of zombie movies. I'm a fan.
Don't you have anything better to do up there in Canada than watch zombie movies?
Well, I have kids, so I'm very tired at night.
Right, you don't want to be caught watching porn all day, right?
No, I don't have time for that anymore.
So tell us a little bit about the show. I noticed that you've kind of gone back to straight painting. You've even
Definitely.
kind of come out as a colorist, I think. I think there's a lot of nice variations on the surface.
Yeah, I mean, I always was kind of a colorist, but I definitely
Yes.
think that that's something that I'm working a little more, in a more purposeful way, like really, really exploiting color. And then I think maybe the difference between this work and my other work is there's a little more restraint.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think the narrative sort of component of the work is not so different than the work that I've been doing. It's still, people doing things in the woods and creating a sense of psychological tension with the figures. And then, like a picture like this, I'm kind of talking about my favorite Canadian painter is this guy named Kalm, and he died mysteriously on Canoe Lake in 1917. So it's called The Painter in His Canoe.
So we don't want you to die mysteriously on a lake
I don't even know
anywhere.
if I should go to the lake because it's claimed to more than one painter, oddly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Well, thanks for taking a little time to talk to us, Kim.
Okay.
Congratulations. Way to go.
Sure.
Say hi to Canada for us. This is James Kalm reporting on Kim Dorland. Ghosts of You and Me at the Mike WEISS Gallery, 520 West 24th Street in Chelsea. Thank you, Kate. Thank you. Do you pipe for Scottish Octopus? Yeah. I could recognize it. That's great. Thank you.